Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this short recording. It is Tuesday the 19th down under in Australia. It's still the 18th for my US colleagues, or about to turn midnight I think in New York. And I just wanted to do a very quick video on today's trading action, or the current trading action on the ES233 volume chart. Of course, in the US today it was a bank holiday, so we saw very limited hours, but we're trading the Globex market currently, and there's still some fantastic trading opportunities after hours. So for all of my colleagues that arrive home after hours in Canada or in the US, there's still some great trading opportunities. So I'm going to quickly show you some of those, but before we do that, if you'd like to go to full screen, and you can see down there on the right hand side there, bottom right hand side, just click on that if you're new to my videos, and it will take you to full screen. The next thing is, very quickly, is my disclaimer. Required by law to put this disclaimer up, traders. If you haven't watched one of my many videos now on YouTube, or you don't have my course, please read the disclaimer in full. And what I'm about to show you, all of it is covered comprehensively in the Day Traders Fast Track program. I don't want to make this a great big advertisement, but please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and invest $197 in the world's best day trading and swing trading program. Anyway, that's enough of the advertisement. Let's now go straight to the charts. So what I'm looking at here is the reopen of the market 5 p.m. New York time, and it was closed, I think it closed at midday US time, and it reopened for the international markets. And so we're looking at the 233, and of course I love trading with the trend. I do like counter trend trading, but I recommend to all new traders and even experienced traders, actually, if you really want to stay on the right side of profit, unless you're really good at counter trend trading, the trend is your friend. Now the red line, I just wanted to put that in, and this is just for the benefits of my students at the moment. This is the trigger line 8 that I refer to in the program. So if you want to stay in a trade longer, just consider this for using this for either your stops or your exit signals. Besides our 8 EMA, you may even consider using what we call the trigger line 8, because as I'll flick along here, you can see it can really keep you in some great trades. It can keep you in longer. So what I recommend is just apply it and just have a look at it. Not that I want to confuse you, but you can see here, if you had entered, we had a very nice T20 right here. Here is your exit signal when you close above. Now with the 8, we had one almost identical down here as well, where you would have exited here. With the 8, you would have exited down probably there. Here it's here. So I just wanted to bring in that up as a possibility. Now the trigger line 8 is the midline that Bill Williams out of Trading Chaos has made so famous. So just something for you to consider. One other little thing before I quickly run through some of these trading opportunities that we had is, with the 233 volume, you get thousands of candles appear. And for an example, on the TradeStation platform I've got here, I have historical data. Go back and keep on this chart, 5,000 candles. And what I tend to find is that in a fast-moving market might only be 4 or 5 hours of trading action. So what I do is I record the 233 each day's trading action. Now you can use a little program called Snagit. Now Snagit actually has a video recording facility you can purchase. It's only $49. So if you want to keep historical records, or to be able to record a day's action over, it takes you 2 minutes just to simply slowly record it, so you can go back and review a day's action and review all of your marked up charts. It costs you $49, and you can build up a fantastic catalog of time frames. Now yes, I know you can load historical data, however using TradeStation to put 100,000 on it's a real pain. So I just wanted to mention this. So let's have a look at some of the setups. You had a T25 here which actually failed. Now remembering, the further you move away from your 34, the more likely you are to have a failure. So we then come down, we had an 89 bounce. Here would have been an ideal target up here. T34, sorry, let me get this right, T25 in there, another T25. You had a 34B, T25, T25. You had a failed T25 and you had a 34B, 34B. There's just a ton of them. Now I suppose what I wanted to point out, you had actually one there and there. Remember, your stop is going 2 ticks under here. Your stop is a minimum of 2 ticks under here. Your T25 traders trading with a trend work an absolute treat. Here you had a T20, very nice winner. You had a 200 bounce. Where is your target? The previous swing high. You had another lovely T20 there. You had another T25. You actually had a T25 there. We then had a rollover. You had a T20 here. Here you actually had a small scalp in here for, it's almost an 89B. T20 again. Total failure here. You had a T25, 34B, 34B, T25. So what I wanted to point out here, you've got another beautiful winning T20, T25, 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 34B, T25, T25. We then roll over again for another T20, which you would have been stopped on that one, traders. But then you had a very nice one right here, nice winner. Very, very nice 200B. Your target's your previous swing high. Thank you very much. T25, then we had another T25, you had another T25, and here you've just had another winning T25. By the way, that also is of course a 34B and a 34B. Now what I haven't even referred to down here was all of your T2s. Now for those that are watching this video for the first time, or watching my videos, we actually code just to make it easy. So rather than saying it's a slingshot, it's a 2 to 5 candle pullback, we code everything. So the main purpose of this video was just to show traders that there's some fantastic, and sorry, here it is, it's midnight in New York, that there's some fantastic trading opportunities with the after hours market. And just if you're unaware, these setups work exactly the same on NQ, all of the Eminis. It works great on oil, the black gold, on FX, and works an absolute treat if you're a stock trader, an options trader. It's an absolute killer on stocks. We got some clients doing very, very well. So for my students, I just wanted to really mark this up and just show you the amount of opportunities. And of course you've got you had your trading entry just here, the amount of great opportunities you have after hours. Now the only disadvantage is volume after hours. However, trading the ES, you've still got plenty of volume. You will get some slippage if you go to market with more than 5 to 10 contracts. You'll get a tick or so slippage, so just watch that. Now if you're trading the NQ, I like to drop down to a 55 tick, maybe an 89 tick, or you can alternative, you can use a volume if you wish. So 55 to 89 on the NQ, and of course on the NQ we have a lot less volume than what you'll have, and it's probably only about 10 to 15% on the NQ and even less on the YM. Now for the Forex traders, of course I like to trade on the euro dollar, the Aussie dollar. On the mains I like to trade a 5 range, and of course during the Asian session, which is what we're in now, unless you're trading around news time, it really just plods along. The London session, that is which really fires up in about an hour and a half of the real markets to start trading there on in. So traders, hope this was helpful. Subscribe to my channel, go to my site, get my ebook, become a student, and you'll be kept up to date and we'll get you on the right track. Thanks traders, hope this was beneficial.